Hey guys, and welcome to our next episode of Campfire Conversations. I'm here with my great buddy Ben today, and were we going with the alliteration for it, or
hit it?
We'll stick with backcountry Ben. That seems like the best bet.
Probably.
Yeah. But Ben, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time and being here.
Absolutely. It's always fun camping.
Yeah, it is, especially with our group. It's a little different sometimes. How was the drive in?
I slept through all of it, so it was pretty okay.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice.
I tried really hard to stay awake for Lauren, and I think I made it 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. 15 out of how long?
4 hours. 4 hours. Yeah.
Oh, that's not a great percentage.
No. Well, we made it 20 minutes into the drive, then we turned around to get my phone from the house.
Okay.
And then I think I was asleep before we made it back to where we turned around.
Nice. That's a great start to a 4-hour road trip, huh?
Well, wasn't bad.
Yeah. And then you got in pretty late then too, huh?
I didn't wake up until we were parked here, so I don't know what time it was. I set up the tent, went to sleep. I have no idea. I left my phone in the car the whole time.
Nice. Yeah, you guys set up camp pretty flawlessly, it seemed like.
Yeah, we've done this a few times.
Yeah.
We're pretty professional at it.
What's a few?
I don't know. I think I've set up that tent 50 times. And Lauren's got to be more than that.
Wow. You tag teaming that stuff pretty good?
Yeah, we've done a lot of traveling together.
That's good. Do you have a favorite place you've been?
That's tough because everywhere's good. Everywhere's fun, you know? Mm-hmm. And variety's the spice of life.
I agreed with that.
So recently, we went to Yosemite, and I really loved it there. I would love to go back. Just because the vibe there is so much different than most national parks.
How so?
In the valley, it's like a whole ass city that is self-sustaining. People, I don't know, it feels like a village. More than most other places we've been.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it was super fun. And we kind of dirtbagged through the village after we got out backpacking. And then we floated the Merced River on our tubes. So it was nice.
That sounds like an awesome trip.
It was really great.
Now, are you mostly about like extravagant trips? Like, are you going to go out and have everything planned out and like do all this stuff, or is it like kind of here and there as you get the opportunity?
So, I let the vibes decide.
Okay.
Lauren plans all our trips.
Nice.
And admittedly, she's much more efficient than I am.
Well, yeah.
So traveling with her, we really do all the things all the time.
Yeah.
It is see everything, do everything.
Like a go
Yeah,
mentality.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We took a 5-week road trip this summer we started in Yosemite and then continued to the Redwoods, Big Sur, up to Crater Lake, through Oregon and Washington. And she could tell you the itinerary. I just show up.
Love that. For those of you that don't know, Lauren is Ben's other half.
Yeah.
Probably should have got to that at some point so we don't get through the entire episode with like, hey, who's this person that was referenced the whole time?
Right. Lauren is my partner. We travel together a lot. She's super fun.
Yeah. How long have you guys been together now? Not to put you too much on the spot.
Almost 2 years.
Nice. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask her the same question and see if those
She'll
numbers
tell
line up. No,
I had to remember what day it was today.
Yeah.
That was the difficult part, remembering what month it was.
Yeah. I feel like, especially when you're traveling a lot, like that just kind of meshes together pretty.
Yeah, and we're at the end of, we just traveled a ton for 6 months, almost every weekend. And we're kind of transitioning now to working more and making money again.
Nice. I feel like you got to go in your cycles, right?
Right. It's kind of the lifestyle we chose, as opposed to working 40 and taking a week or two vacation when you can. Trying more feast or famine, and I'm a union electrician, so I have the opportunity to find overtime jobs where I can make more money in a shorter amount of time. and then quit my job for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And she's a school teacher, so she gets summers off anyway.
Yeah.
So it's easier for us to kind of line up to take extended periods of time to travel and do the things we want to do.
That's really awesome.
It is, but we're at the end of that cycle now. And I'm exhausted. We've traveled a ton, and now I'm getting back into working mode, and it's different.
Yeah, a little bit of an adjustment, I'm sure.
It is.
Yeah. Do you kind of related? Do you find that there's a lot of benefits that you take away from traveling to your personal life or to your work life?
Oh, yeah, to my worldview.
Okay.
Just seeing the more places you can see and appreciate, I mean, the more things to consider in everything you do. You know, the more I feel part of something bigger, that better person I am, kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that. I feel that. I think as you, like you're saying, as you travel, you experience a lot of different people, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know about you, I'm very much one of those people that I like my views being challenged.
Oh,
Because, you know, even if we don't agree, we can talk about it. And I've changed my views on so many things because of those kind of conversations where I was for most of my life, stuck on this, and this is how the world was, and this is how I see it. And you meet a couple people that prove you otherwise. And I think that's probably one of my favorite things of traveling is just being, like, your eyes being opened to new possibilities or just new ways of thinking.
yeah, expanding your worldview.
Yeah, yeah. And for me, it wasn't something that I had a lot of growing up. Like, I camped a lot, I traveled a decent bit, but it was to the same places, and then it was almost in like a sheltered way kind of thing. Whereas I find camping with strangers in the woods, that you meet some different people from some different backgrounds, and that's really cool, I think.
It can only be good to understand more people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've kind of a similar background. I grew up in a pretty small town, rural spot, with the same kind of people all the time. Mm-hmm. So I get that.
Yeah. It's easy to fall into that comfort zone where these are my people, they reinforce what I already know instead of challenging you.
And you get stuck in a little echo chamber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly.
Right. And it's hard to understand what other people are going through until you've seen it.
Yeah, firsthand too. Like, you can be told stories or given people's firsthand experience, but if you don't witness it firsthand, or you have a different appreciation, I think, when you start seeing people and talking to people on a deeper level that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to, because again, you surround yourself and you keep your little group, and that's not a bad thing for a lot of people.
No. And it's also a product of our current society, if you want to really get lost in the weeds here.
I would love to.
We're super isolated, and we all need more community. Humans from existence have needed community and have sought out social interaction. And our current society is kind of limits your social interaction. Everything's convenient, everything's delivered, everything's easy. So it's for the same reason I like doing things the hard way sometimes. Like, I like going to the bank instead of doing it online. I like going to do the things to build your community better.
Yeah. Yeah, those interactions don't get replaced well with, okay, like, you talk to someone online. It can be a connection, but it's not the same.
No, and commenting on your post isn't the same as telling you something in person, where you get to have the interaction, the feedback, where there's consequences for your words, which is a big one that people have forgotten. It's not the same.
No.
At all. And you can pretend to be who you want to be.
Yeah.
Instead of being forced to be who you are in public, which I think we all need more of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you really only change yourself as a person when you're forced to be authentic you. Would you agree with that?
I think it's a fair assessment, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, like you're saying, online, you could have 30 different profiles being 30 different versions of yourself.
Oh, and you can be polished, and you can hit backspace. There's no backspace in a conversation. You got to say what you mean, and you learn that words really matter.
Yeah. And you can see reactions in real time when you hurt someone or you make their day, or good or bad, you see it in real time. And I think that's a lot more impactful too than, sitting at your keyboard thinking you're saying something nice and maybe you hurt their feelings.
Right.
Or maybe you meant to be mean, and there's a lot of different...
And all this, everybody taking offense to things that are misconstrued, because there's no context online.
Yeah.
If I give you a compliment in person, you'll take it for what it's worth.
Yes.
And how I meant it.
Yeah.
But if I type it out online, somebody else can nitpick and judge it and change it and misconstrue it.
I think what I see happen with that particular situation the most is you and I have a dynamic, right? I comment on your thing, knowing our dynamic and knowing how I mean it. I know you know how I mean it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now someone else comes in third party, and now they're offended or they took it a different way or whatever it is, and now there's a problem when there shouldn't have been a problem.
Right.
I think you don't have that situation as much. I think there's still occasional times, but you don't have it as much in-person conversations when you're witnessing us saying something. Like, I might say something offensive to you, what most people would say is offensive, but with our dynamic, people are like, oh, like, you're laughing, I'm laughing, like, that was a funny thing.
Right.
Not, oh my God, I can't believe you would say that. And I think that's a very slept on thing, in my opinion. But
Campground owner?
Camp owner, Jeremy, right? Yeah. He's been amazing this whole time.
I haven't met him, but I did just singe all the hair off the back of my hand because it was cold. So that's fun.
I mean, if there's no hair there, it stays warmer, right?
It's just got the black marks.
Yeah, that's commitment to the bit. I like
So
it.
anyway, what was the last dumb thing you did?
Last dumb thing. Oh, define dumb, because there's a long list. I wouldn't say dumb necessarily, but slightly reckless. I canceled all my plans and went on a week-long trip by myself to go see fall foliage. Does that count?
No.
Okay, that's
not dumb. Experience in the world, sacrificing material things to gain more world experience isn't dumb. It's a trade that maybe not some are willing to make, but I wouldn't say it's dumb.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I like being reinforced that my decisions aren't always dumb.
Here to support you, pal.
You really are, and I really appreciate that. Okay. Something that's probably not my smartest financial decision. I bought a van. I bought an old van to redo.
I didn't know you bought a van.
Yeah. Surprise. No. So it's been sitting in my house for a little while now. I bought it with the intentions of redoing it and taking a trip, and I have yet to do that. So,
well, that's not so bad. I bought a whole ass house with the intention of remodeling it.
Yep.
Turns out I severely overestimated my motivation to remodel a house.
Yeah. So,
but I've owned it 6 years now.
Okay, that's a little longer than my van's been sitting there.
Right, you're doing fine, pal. You're doing fine.
Yeah,
Hey, but you want to come help with plumbing?
Oh, 100%.
Cool.
100%.
Cool.
I'm better with floors and like walls and shit, but I can do plumbing. Electrical freaks me out, so you have to handle that. Yeah,
I got that.
Which I don't think you'll have a problem with.
Yeah.
But yeah, plumbing's I can do plumbing.
If you could just bring over like a couple buckets of motivation, we'll do it together.
I can definitely manage that, I think. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. We'll have to make a list, and that was a great view. For those of you that can't see behind the cameras like we can, our last guest, Cole, is still here, and he just flashed us. So now we had to picture that. You get to visually imagine it. So, but yeah, do you have any projects in mind that you want to do on your house specifically?
Yeah, they're, redo my whole plumbing supply. I have my guest bath needs to gut remodel. I need to completely rewire the whole thing, and then take down all the plaster and lath and put up drywall.
Yeah.
Re-insulate it because it's 100 years old, and then it needs new windows, new roof, new siding, and then do something with the landscaping. So just all of it.
Yeah. That sounds very similar to the house that I'm currently in.
Yeah.
I haven't officially bought it yet, but I'm working on it.
Takes a while.
Yeah, it's a pain, but it'll be worth it.
it will.
The issue that I'm running into as far as motivation wise is like I have bursts of motivation where like I like to get stuff done, but I'm afraid to make it nice because I like to travel, and I feel like if I make it too nice, I'm not going to want to leave it.
No, you'll never. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
You don't think you'll feel that way?
No. Anywhere you're going to be, I mean, the people that like to travel like that, being stationary, this doesn't work.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel like that might be like one of those things where like I tell myself as my excuse to not fix it up, but like,
hey, we can all rationalize whatever we want.
Yeah, you're not
if you want to go with that one, I'll go with it.
I'm really good at rationalizing
stuff.
buddy.
Leave it shitty.
Yeah, I am really good at rationalizing things I maybe shouldn't, but you know, it's fine. It's gotten me this far.
Yeah, let's not talk about our flaws. Let's go back to our high point.
Yeah, I like the high point conversation. Speaking of high points, what's the highest mountain you've ever hiked?
I'm not sure, elevation-wise.
Okay. This is quite a little transition.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay, well, I have a super cheesy follow-up where I was going with that. So you do a lot of hiking, right?
Yeah, fair amount, yeah. More than most, I guess.
And if anyone listening has ever hiked with Ben, you know you're not keeping up with him unless he wants you to.
I walk very fast.
Yes. So okay, this is super cheesy, but we're going to just run with it. Do you have any personal connections or anecdotes to hiking and accomplishing like a summit hike compared to like life's goals?
Well, let me tell you about. So I quit my job.
Okay.
And then I was off work for a while. And really I was just burnt out. So I didn't do much for the first month or two. And then Lauren and I went to Havasupai. And she wants to do this hike to the confluence of the Colorado River. You know, it's really nice, beautiful. So you do 10-mile backpacking down to the campground. And she's like, she wants to go to the confluence and back. And she's like, well, you know, it's like 6 miles. It was not 6 miles. It was like 10 miles.
Okay.
So we do a 10-mile backpacking thing after I've laid on the couch for a month and a half and done nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty exhausted. Then we get up and we go 10 miles out to the confluence. And I'm fucking dead.
Yeah.
We turn around and do 10 miles back same day.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. Then we got to hike 10 miles up and out of the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
I cursed at myself for like the last 4 miles, just about every step. Call myself every name in the book. Just keep fucking walking, you dumb son of a bitch. You walk down here, you gotta walk back out. Keep going. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of times where you get a little farther than you should have. But you gotta keep putting one foot in front of the other. Same as life. Keep moving, keep going.
Yeah.
It gets better.
That's all you can really do, right?
I mean, if you want to make me try and relate the two, yeah, just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep doing it. Do the thing. There's the thing. Do the thing.
Yeah. Have you had any situations within recent memory that mentality has gotten you through outside of obviously actual hiking? Like any
work, brother, almost every day.
Yeah.
You just got to keep going. Some days they suck. Yeah, just keep going.
Now, would you say your main motivation for work, as of current anyways, is to fund your other adventures? Or?
Oh, 100%. I've never been a live to work person. Never will be. I'm a work to live.
Yeah.
I don't have a dream job because I don't dream of labor.
Understandable.
You know? And that's not always bad. You know, some people are very motivated, very driven by money. And that's great for them. You know, that's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. That's what it takes to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's just not me. I don't really care about money. I'll give it away freely when I have it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't care about it. So I work solely to do the things I want to do.
I feel like that's something that I've noticed is a pretty common way of thinking within the group of people that we surround ourselves with.
Right.
Just like travel-y, campy people in general. The money will come back, the time's not.
Right, and you have to make some material sacrifices to be able to do all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And this gear is expensive.
That it is.
You know, so you have to make some compromises. So we've all just made the same one. That's all. We've all self-selected.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think everyone, like you're saying, self-selects in a way that makes sense for them, and getting to it, or getting comfortable doing it, is difficult for some people because they're not used to making that own decision for themselves. They want to get the input from the outside factors, which what works for me is not going to work for you. You
right.
know? Like if I sacrifice the free time and maybe when I'm working, I like to make my own lunches and not go out to eat, and I go to work, I come home, I sleep. Maybe you like to, I'm working, I like to go out to a nice lunch after, a nice dinner after, like you like to do it like a little bougier.
We all have our own limits.
You're going to have your different, different ways of going about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
And also, remember, you're meeting everybody when they are adventuring.
Yeah.
You're not meeting maybe it's the same people, because like I haven't always prioritized traveling as much as I do right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just cycles of life. There were times, like I own a house, I had to prioritize buying a house for a couple years.
Yeah.
So you're just meeting the people that have prioritized adventuring currently also.
Yeah. That's also an interesting perspective. I mean, I 100% agree, but I feel like I haven't really thought of it that way, that everyone's in their own phases of life and overlapping.
There's so many people that, especially people I work with or whatnot, and you know, I'm a union electrician, so most people I work with, they make the exact same amount of money that I do. Mm-hmm. And then I'm always going somewhere on a weekends, week-long trips, whatever. I just don't know how you can do it. I've just made more sacrifices right now. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. I've just prioritized this over anything else. There are times when I don't.
Do you ever regret prioritizing travel or camping or anything?
No. So I've prioritized it more recently in my life because I'm getting older. You know, shit sucks. But I'm getting older. I'm 37 now, so I want to go out and do as many things as I can while I can still do them.
Yeah.
You know, I've been putting off a lot of things until I can finish my house or do this or do that, but I've kind of gotten to the point where if I don't do it now, I'm not going to be able to. Yeah. So I've prioritized traveling and doing things, and specifically going places I couldn't go. I won't be able to go later in life. Mm-hmm. That's why I've really prioritized like the long backpacking trips deep into backcountry and climbing mountains and things I won't be able to do later in life as easily.
Yeah.
So I've really prioritized that right now.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that for you.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's really cool, man. All right, I got one basic question I want to end on, because we should be...
This pumpkin spice latte.
Should be. Is it good?
It was, yeah.
Nice. Well, you're supposed to save a little bit so we could do a little toast at the end, but you're going to have to fake it. I'll give you a little bit of mine. How about that?
Okay.
It's going to be black coffee, but that should be good for a little cheers. I do believe we are close to time. Good. All right, last question. If you... Well, I guess two questions wrapped in one. If you could recommend one piece of gear that you've used on all your travels, what would it be? And then alternatively, additionally, I guess, what would be one piece of gear you feel is very overrated that does not need to be brought for most travels?
See, most travels is difficult because my favorite piece of gear is my favorite specifically for us because of when we bought it. So we have the Exped MegaMat Duo 15. Whatever it is. It was expensive, but we took a 5-week road trip this summer. We slept 2 nights on our old mattress. I didn't sleep very well in either of those nights. So on the third morning, by the time Lauren woke up, I had found the mattress at REI that I wanted. I sorted by price high, found that one, found the nearest REI, which was Salt Lake City by that time, and we went and bought that some bitch. And I got to tell you, it's my favorite piece of gear because we slept on it for 5 weeks after that.
Wow.
and it was incredible. But if I had bought it for a weekend trip, it might be okay.
Yeah.
But the timing of that and our specific use makes that my favorite all time.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So any favorite gear is something that fills your exact need when you need it. So if you don't put off buying the exact thing you need,
Yeah.
when you need it.
Yes. I like that. Thank you, man. Well, Ben, it's been wonderful talking. I'm sure we're going to talk much more this weekend off of camera. But
For sure.
I really, really appreciate you being here.
Anytime.
Thank you for everything.
Good talking to you, brother.
Cheers. That
Cheers.
is...
That was cold.
Yeah, it's not warm.
Hey, baby.
So we're bringing in Lauren next. So that will be the next episode if you'd like to see it. And we're going to ask her a couple questions and see how their perspectives might be a little different. And I'm sure there'll be some overlap as well. But thank you for being here today. Thank you, Ben, for being here today. And until next time, I appreciate you guys. You gonna do it with me? Peace.